Alright, so you're looking to move to the Florida area, but you want to know where is a great community where you can buy new construction, enjoy A-rated schools, and lots of amenities, including being close to the beach. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you a new up-and-coming community that I'm super excited about that's close to the beach and has a lot of things going on and a lot to offer. So if you're thinking about moving to Florida and you want to know which community you should move into that has a lot of things that are up and coming, then stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this video. What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is FRANCHESCA HANAHOE, and if this is your first time to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap on the notification bell while you're there so you get notified every time I upload a new video just like this one, showing you all of Florida, where to live, eat, sleep, work, play, and I have been living here my whole entire life. Ever since I've been doing these videos, I've been getting so many calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to relocate to the Florida area, and I absolutely love it. So make sure you give me that call or shoot me a text or send me an email days, nights, and weekends, because I do not stop working until I get you into a house. All right, everybody. Well, today I have something super exciting to share with you guys because Richard, my partner, and I have been doing a lot of research about some up-and-coming communities. You know, I've lived in Orlando my whole entire life, and usually on this channel I do talk about Orlando and the up-and-coming communities around Orlando like Horizon West or Lake Nona. But, you know, Richard and I do work in other parts of Florida, so we have been doing a lot of research and diving into some newer communities that are down south further and, you know, closer to the beach and the water. We absolutely love going to the beach. It's a passion of ours, so that's kind of what sparked some of this investigating that we've been doing. But, you know, we spent some time in Lakewood Ranch, which is an up-and-coming community in Sarasota. Really great area. It's really booming. I think it was even voted the #1 community in the whole United States to move into. It's kind of like a Horizon West on steroids, and it's got homes for every age, so it's really drawing in, you know, grandparents and families alike. That's a really great place to live. But for me, I thought, you know, when I went to Lakewood Ranch, it really reminded me of Horizon West, where we live now, but it was still like 20 minutes from the beach. It's a little bit further away from the beach. And so for me, I thought, well, I really love the beach and I'm looking for more of like a beach town just to see what's out there. And that really is what got me looking around and found this community that I'm excited to share with you guys today. And the name of this community is called Wellen Park. And this community is actually further south past Sarasota. It's located in Venice, which is an older community and really has a lot of history and culture in it since I've been doing my research that I've been reading about. It's known for having shark teeth on the beach. It's actually the shark tooth capital of the world, not the shark capital of the world like New Smyrna Beach on the East Coast. But no, this is on the West Coast, and Venice is, you know, really what it's been known for is kind of a retirement area in the past. A lot of people like to relocate to Venice when they're retiring. There's also a lot of snowbirds that come down and have houses that they, you know, live in for like 3 months out of the year, and then they rent it out for the rest of the time. So anyways, this community, Wellen Park, is actually about exactly a 12-minute drive, depending on where you live in this community, to the beach. So that's really one of the big factors that drew me into this community. The other thing about this community is because there's so much new construction going on in this community, it's drawing in families and people of all ages. So it's kind of doing a little bit of a change, and it's switching over from being such a retirement community, but now it's drawing in families who have kids. So like I mentioned in the intro here, it does have all A-rated schools. It's called Taylor Ranch Elementary, and then there's Venice Middle School and Venice High School, but they are building a K through 12 school that's going to be 2 buildings, and it's going to have the elementary and I believe I think elementary is going to be in one building and middle school and high school is going to be in the other building. So they're really excited about that, and it's a really well-known school system throughout the United States. It's very highly rated. The interesting thing that I thought about this community, we went and spent some time there recently, was, you know, I was asking questions and just doing my research like I tell all my clients to do when they call us because they're relocating. And one thing that's kind of interesting about this place is that they do allow short-term rental in and throughout the community. It's not just in one specific area. See, in Orlando, we have Osceola County that's zoned for short-term rental. And as a rule of thumb, I tell my clients you don't want to live there because you don't want to have short-term rental going on next door to you, because people are coming in and out and you never know when your neighbors are going to be partying because they're on vacation and they're just here for a week. But here in this community, short-term rental is allowed throughout. But what kind of short-term rental is really based on the HOA, and it's kind of community specific. And the reason is they don't really allow short-term rental like 1 night or 2 night or even 1 week at a time, but more month-to-month rentals, or 6 months at a time, or 3 months at a time. And it just depends on what community you're in and how long is the shortest term that they allow. So, and the prices here, when we're talking short-term rental compared to what the price in Orlando would be, the prices are much higher. So they're really keeping out the riffraff and kind of making it like a high-end short-term rental. So they really are, you know, catering to people that are snowbirds and want to come down here and just stay for like 3 months out of the year. So I thought that was really interesting, and so something that I'll have to get used to if we decide to ever live there. But, you know, from what I saw and what I observed while being there, not really a problem like living in Osceola County. So the things that I noticed about this community when driving in and around it and talking to everybody there is that the further you get down south and closer to the beach, it just definitely seems way more laid back than Orlando in comparison. Obviously, I grew up in Orlando my whole entire life, so it's really the only thing I have to compare to it. But everybody is definitely very laid back, very chill. There's no traffic in Venice. It's really interesting to me, and a lot of people actually told me this that live there that I spoke to. They're like, yeah, you know, when the snowbirds are all here, it gets a little bit more traffic than what you have right now, but really not a lot of traffic at all. So kind of a really refreshing thing to happen to me, you know, driving around with no traffic, coming from the Orlando area where there's just a lot of people, a lot of hustle and bustle. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more laid back, then this definitely could be an area that you would be interested in. The other thing that a lot of people told me, so I thought this was an interesting point, is they told me that, you know, all the restaurants really close around 9 o'clock at night. So if you're one of those people that likes to go eat late at night, this community is definitely not going to be for you. Coming from Orlando myself, this is going to be kind of a shocker because, you know, in Orlando you can pretty much eat pretty late at night and find somewhere to go. Actually find plenty of places because nothing really shuts down at 9 o'clock at night in the Orlando area. So that's something a little bit different. And because Wellen Park is just getting developed, and it started out in the 2000s, in the early 2000s, but when the market crashed, it slowed down and really kind of halted. So it's kind of similar to Horizon West, the story behind Wellen Park, where it started earlier, the market crash happened, and it kind of paused, and now it's back on, and they're going full force there, tons of new communities opening up, and their downtown area, which is going to be absolutely beautiful with lots of boutique shops and restaurants, and they have a lake there where you're going to be able to do some canoeing and some paddle boarding. That's going to be finished and open at the end of this year, so they're anticipating the fall area or fall time frame. And they're gonna have like a lawn there where you can, they're gonna do like different events, and they're gonna have music events where they're gonna have live music and stuff to offer you. They're gonna be doing yoga on the lawn and things like that. So really a cool concept there for the downtown area of Wellen Park. Moving on from there, let's see, what other things would attract you to this community? Well, let me tell you, one of the things that attracted me the most was obviously the beaches, but there is an abundance of beaches. Okay, I had to write these beaches down because there were so many, and we went and we checked out a few of them, so I'll tell you about some of them. But there's Blind Pass, there's Brawherd Park, which is dog friendly, and I think a lot of these beaches actually are dog friendly. There's fishing off the pier in some of these places. There's Casperson Beach, and they have water sports, they have equipment you can rent, there's kayaks and all kinds of stuff like that, canoeing. There's a fishing pier, and there's actually also outdoor fitness at this Casperson Beach as well. There's also Minnesota Beach Park, Nokomis Beach Park, and then there's Venice Beach that has a beautiful pier, lots of things you can rent, you can fish, and they have a bunch of restaurants. My family and I actually went and we ate at, I think it's called Finn's there, and it's a little bit more of an upscale beach restaurant where they have steak, they have sushi, and they have seafood. It's absolutely a 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend it. I had the sushi and my family all had some kind of fish or seafood, and everybody's meal was definitely a 10 out of 10. So it's kind of upstairs and it's overlooking the beach and the pier and the water. It's absolutely beautiful. And something I noticed about the beaches down there compared to the beaches that I'm used to going to, which is clear water. We don't really go to the East Coast anymore, but the beaches, the water is definitely more blue because you're further south. It's very, very clear. And the sand is a little bit darker than it is in Clearwater because Clearwater is known for having that white sand. But the thing about Clearwater that I've grown not to really appreciate or like is that it's definitely gotten kind of touristy. And the thing about this particular area is a lot of the people that live there and have grown up there saying it's not really touristy at all, and that the tourism kind of stops at Sarasota. Now, if you're looking for more restaurants and more nightlife, everybody says Sarasota has you covered, and it's only a 20-minute drive from Venice. So you really have lots of options. And the other place that people say that they go to shop and everything like that when they live in Wellen Park is going to be right next door in Northport. They have a lot of shopping and things going on there, so it's actually pretty convenient. The other thing about this area that I noticed is they have a big arts and culture presence in the Venice area, which I absolutely love. You know, my daughter is 11 and she loves to sing and act. She has her own YouTube channel, go figure. So we're really into looking at things like that for her. But they have the Venice Theater, the Venice Arts Center, they have the Venice Institute of Performing Arts, the Sarasota Ballet, and there's even an opera company as well. So lots of arts and culture going on in this specific area. They also have a new memorial hospital in Sarasota, lots of healthcare going on there. As a matter of fact, while we were driving around, I noticed lots of healthcare facilities in the different plazas that are already built. So when this whole project is going to be done, said and done, it's set to have about 22,000 homes. So like I keep comparing it to Horizon West where I live now. Horizon West is actually supposed to have, I believe, like 40-something thousand homes. So it's a little bit of a smaller scale, but it's going to have 22,000 homes, and they said it's going to take about 20 years to complete, just to give you kind of an idea. So I really like the idea of finding communities like this with new construction that have so much coming in and so much to offer, because it really gives you the opportunity to find something, you know, kind of at the ground level and get in and then get your equity and enjoy watching everything get built out. So if you're looking for kind of an up-and-coming community, this really might be a great fit for you. So some of the builders that are building out here are, well, actually, let's back up. Mattamy actually purchased the land that Wellen Park is being built on. So they own the land, they're the developer, and then some of the other builders that are coming in and that are building are, obviously Mattamy is building several communities. Lennar is building out there, and they're also building on a golf course and country club. Also, there's a lot of NEAL communities, which are really popular down south. NEAL communities, they've been around for about 50 years as a builder. They are all gas communities. And, you know, I was speaking with another realtor in the area, and she was telling me that she really feels like the NEAL communities stand out with all of their options and just their type of building and the quality of construction that they're using. Obviously, we drove around the area, and if you've been watching my channel, you know that my husband and my partner, Richard, is a builder developer. So he was noticing all of the construction as well and says that it really looks pretty standard, like the construction that we're used to seeing here. But obviously, all of these communities are building with tile roofs because of being closer to the water. So they have a little bit higher standards when it comes to construction. So you're going to have that tile roof included in the purchase of your home. There's a few different villages in Wellen Park. There's the West Village, there's Playmore District, and then there's the downtown Wellen area. The West Villages district is the first village that was there, or district that was there, that they started with. And the name of this community was actually going to be West Villages Villages, but they ended up changing it recently to Wellen Park. I guess there was too many other West Villages and it was getting confusing, it was getting kind of lost, so they came up with Wellen Park. So when you're driving around and you see West Villages, that's actually Wellen Park. Another interesting fact that I thought was, interesting here is that there's no 55 and up communities yet in Wellen Park. So all the communities that they're developing right now are all for everybody. There's no age-specific communities. So like I said, there is an older presence there because it is kind of known for being a retirement area, but there's no 55 and up communities, and everybody believes that there will be some soon. And the types of homes that you can find here are definitely going to be single family homes, condos, villas. So they really have something for everybody, and the price points start around $400, and then obviously they go up into the $800s and $900s. Obviously once you put in your options and everything like that, you could be well over $1 million if you wanted to. Oh, and another one of the builders there is one of our favorite builders, Toll Brothers. So Toll Brothers is building out there, and their price points actually start around $400,000 and go up from there. So a little bit more of an affordable community for Toll Brothers than some of the other ones that we've seen, like here in Horizon West area, where the homes really kind of start at like 5 or 6 and go well up over $1 million. Another thing about Wellen Park is all of these communities offer tons of different amenities. There's several golf communities throughout that have 18-hole golf courses. So depending on what kind of amenities you're looking for, you can really find a neighborhood that suits any of your needs. A lot of them have their own fitness centers and huge resort-style pools and clubhouses. Pickleball is very popular down there, and some other things like that. The other thing that I was told about these Neal communities that kind of stands out for them is that this realtor was telling me that they really kind of place these communities in good spots where there's nature and preserve around them. So, and another thing with driving around and looking at all of these communities, I noticed that all of these are gated communities. In Horizon West, where I'm from, we have different villages, but everything is interconnecting and intertwined. But not out here in Wellen Park. There's gated communities, but there is tons of parks and nature trails. So if that's something that you're into, then you're definitely gonna find it here. My family is big into water. Like I've mentioned, we love going to the beach. We love being in the water. And the thing that really makes my heart happy when I drive around this specific area is just all the water, all of the beaches, the kayaking, and all that kind of stuff. It's everywhere. It's easily accessible. So if you're into water sports, kayaking, or just even, fishing or things like that, you're gonna find that everywhere here in the Venice area. Also, in Wellen Park, right kind of in the heart of Wellen Park, a really cool thing, they have the CoolToday Stadium where the Atlanta Braves actually practice and do their spring training. So a really cool place to have events and stuff. They have concerts and stuff, plus you can go catch a game. So that's a really big plus if you have kids. I know for sure, like my son, who's 10, loves baseball, so he was super excited and thrilled to see this stadium, and we can't wait to take him to a game there. So that's kind of right in the heart of Wellen Park as we were driving around, and just a really cool thing to see there. So I'll be doing several more videos, you guys, talking about these different communities and really breaking down what communities have to offer and showing you the type of construction and other things. But if you have any questions, you know what to do. Make sure you reach out and give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and we'd love to schedule a Zoom with you and we can talk more about all of the things that I talked about today. All right, guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.